friends, it is time for a brand new crochet project. I really want to make a lovely, beautiful spring, summer, stripy front tie cardigan, but I will be adding a little bit of something extra because you know me, I can't do something just chill. So I have a couple of ideas. I don't know if it's going to work out, but you're going to come along on the journey with me. I think it will be pretty simple in terms of the construction of the piece, but it's not something that I really have like thought about specifically with the little extra pizzazz that I want to do in terms of like the construction of that. So I think the general construction will be fine, but I'll just need to kind of figure out the details like when I get to that point, but that's okay. In terms of the yarn, I will be using some scrap-ish yarn. It is going to be the Papachia Cotton Touch, which I have used before. This is in a really beautiful turquoise color. It is color 0670, and then I have the same brand, but this is a pink and a yellow. I'm not sure what colors these are because I don't have the yarn band anymore, but these are scraps left over from my Blossom cardigan, and then I'm going to combine it with this turquoise. I want to do like a fun stripy situation, probably with like the turquoise being the most dominant since that's the one that I've got the most of, and then I will just like integrate both of these colors. But I think this is a really cute, pretty spring coded color palette, and when I bought these yarns, I did actually get it intentionally to put these three colors together, but then I made my Blossom cardigan and then I was like, well, I've got a little bit left and then I've got 3 skeins of this, so what am I gonna do? Anyway, that's what I'm going to do. I have made a couple of practice swatches because I don't know what stitch I want to do. All I know is that I do want it to be stripy, obviously, because I have 3 colours, but I'm not sure what kind of stitch. I don't know if I want it to be kind of more meshy. I don't know if I want it to be more kind of solid of a fabric. Yeah, so we're going to fucking figure it out. Also, hello, if you don't know me, my name is Rajan, aka Not Half Bad Crochet, and if you enjoy crochet content like vlogs, project videos, day in the lives, crochet day vlogs, tutorials, then please consider subscribing to my channel. Obviously, if you enjoyed this video, give it a little like, leave me a comment and let me know what you think. So yeah, let me go grab the swatches and I will show you what my ideas are. Here is swatch number 1. So I obviously want the turquoise to be the most dominant color, so I'll be doing 2 rows of the turquoise and then 1 row of the pink and then 1 row of the yellow, and then kind of doing that on repeat. I do really like this. It's a really fun stitch. I'm not sure if I love it with the kind of color palette. I think where the pink is on like a shorter row, I'm not sure if I like that the pink and the yellow will, whether I alternate or not, it will be on a short part, and I don't want to do more of the yellow or the pink because I obviously am working with a more limited amount of yarn. So I do like how it looks in terms of the actual stitch pattern. I'm just not sure if this is going to work for these specific colors that I want and the quantity of yarn that I have, but this is very cute, very pretty, love that. And then swatch number 2, which I am kind of leaning more towards, is a really beautiful kind of solid stitch. This one as well is a little bit more, it's not as solid, it's obviously got some kind of like chain spaces there, so I think once it blocks out it will probably be a little bit more airy, which is great because you know that makes for a lovely fabric, but I do think I want something a little bit more solid, so I think I'm leaning more towards this one. It's very, very cute. I've done 2 rows of the turquoise, 1 row of pink and 1 row of yellow, and I think this looks really nice. And then from afar as well, it's kind of giving like optical illusion a little bit in like a really fun way. But yeah, I think I really like this one. I like that it's solid, it's got like a really nice amount of stretch, so I think it will block really nicely as well. And I find that with this stitch, or when I've done projects with this stitch, it has a really lovely drape to it. Not to say that this doesn't have a lovely drape, but I think I'm more familiar with this one, and to be fair, I have made a project with this and it still has a lovely drape because I have good tension and I know how to adjust my tension to suit the drape of the yarn and the stitch. But yeah, I think I'm leaning more towards this one just purely because of the way that the colors are working up. I just think it's looking a little bit more fun. Yeah, I think I'm leaning more towards this one. I think I've decided. I think I'm gonna go with this one. I think it's a more of a solid kind of fabric. I think that I'll probably get more wear out of the actual cardigan because it's a more solid fabric. I can wear it in the spring, I can wear it in the summer, I can also wear it in like the autumn and winter with some layers or something. This is editing Rajan here. You may see that I have some pieces of yarn
yarn down my top. I have no idea when this happened, and even as I was editing, I was trying to see when this happened. I did later find these strands of yarn down my top on this day, and I still am baffled as to when and how they fell down my top. Anyway, back to the show, but in case you wondered what the hell is that, it's yarn, and I'm not sure how it fell down my top, but here we are.
So yeah, I think I'm gonna go with swatch number 2 because I'm favouring that one more. Even as I'm talking about it, I'm like, yeah, that one is clearly the one I like the most. And so I'll tell you my idea. Okay, you obviously, I mean, by the time I put this video out, you've probably seen another thumbnail of what the hell this video is and what I'm gonna be making. But I'm gonna do a obviously stripy. So imagine obviously this stitch pattern, a little v-neck cardigan with front ties, but down the side of the sleeves will be ties as well. So I think it's gonna look really cute because I love a front tie cardigan. I think they look so cute, and like with my Blossom cardigan, which is the only other front tie cardigan that I have at the moment, I wear that thing to death. I wear it so often, like spring, summer, autumn, winter. There is never a time of year that I will not wear my Blossom cardigan. So I really want like another version of that, but one that's not lace, one that's more of a little bit of a closed fabric and doesn't have gaps and holes and stuff in it, intentional holes, just saying. I've been really wanting another front tie cardigan, and obviously I can't do anything normally. I have to add something with a little bit more pizzazz. So I think the ties down the side are going to be really fun, and the fit that I'm going for is like a nice fitted fit, because I love when a front tie cardigan is like stretched with the ties and then there's like a little gap in between, you know, it kind of makes that like oval, like pear-shaped, not pear-shaped, like what's the word, teardrop kind of shape in the middle when you tie the ties together. I think that looks so fucking sexy and hot, so I really want to do that with the fit. So I'll probably make my front panels like obviously to fit my bust, and then I'll probably make the back panels a little bit smaller so it can kind of like accommodate that fit. And then obviously with the ties, I'm gonna make the there'll be like a gap between the ties, so again it can kind of have that like tied look, and it will have that kind of like shaping in between the ties, if that makes sense. And I just love the fact there'll be like a little pop of skin. You'll be able to see like my tattoos through it. I think it will look really cute. So yeah, that's the idea. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do this stitch, swatch number 2. Let's fucking go.
Several days later.
The back panel is officially finished. It looks so good. Nothing exciting. The back panel, very easy. It's looking so good. I'm obsessed with this stitch. I feel like close up it looks really cool, but then from far away it's kind of giving like optical illusion a little bit with the colors, especially when like it's in motion sort of thing. Also, look at this drape. This drape is so fucking good. I feel like the combination of the stitch with the fine yarn that I've been using, it's just giving it such a beautiful drape. So I'm really pleased with how it's turning out so far, and I'm just trying to figure out if I want to do the sleeves in the round or if I want to do them as panels. I feel like it makes a little bit more sense for me to do them in the round. That's what I'm thinking, because where I obviously want to do like the little ties and stuff, I think it will be a little bit more awkward to do like the joining and stuff of a panel, because it's like you would have to have like half the panel, like if that's the seam, then you would have like half the panel here, half the panel here, joined to the body. So I think working in the round, but just like technically not the round, it wouldn't technically be the round. I think that makes the most sense. But yeah, it's going really good. I'm loving it so far. Also as well, what I realized is that I personally think when you're working with multiple colors, especially the way that you kind of like change color in each row, and the way you kind of like turn the piece, it makes more sense to, rather than work from a skein, to work from like a smaller ball. So what I did was was I balled up all of my yarn. Well, I haven't done all of it yet, but I balled up like majority of my yarn into these smaller, kind of more manageable sizes, so that when I'm kind of turning my piece and turning my work, I don't have this like huge skein. And you know, obviously sometimes as well, when you pull from like the center of a skein, you get like yarn vomit or whatever people call it, where it's like a big lump of yarn coming out, or obviously if you're working from the outside, the ball will unravel. So it's just by doing it this way, I think it's just avoiding any potential tangling. And honestly, it hasn't added to like any additional ends that I would have to weave in. Obviously there's like maybe 2 more than normal for like the panel that I've just done, but for me personally, I'd rather weave in a few ends than have the yarn get super tangled and me have to cut it anyway. Like, I think that just makes logical sense for me anyway. But I'm gonna probably write that as like a tip in the pattern, because I think sometimes when people are doing color work, it can get a bit tangled and stuff, and it can get a bit like stressful and like frustrating. I've just connected my front panels to my back panel, and look how cute it is. So if we were to kind of join it, it's basically the exact fit that I want, where it's quite fitted, but obviously after a block it will kind of stretch, but then this middle part will have like a really nice stretch to it, so that when I have the ties, it will kind of be like, you know, it won't be like overlapping with the tie. It'll be like a little gap in between, which I think is so cute. But yeah, it looks really good. I'm gonna just like measure my armholes now, and I think I'm gonna just work in the round. I think it'll be a lot easier, and yeah, I think it looks really, really cute. Okay, so I've made quite a significant amount of progress. I actually can't remember what my last update was. I feel like every time I've worked on this, it's been like in the evening after work and stuff, and I've just like not really been in the mood to do an update, but I've been in the mood to crochet, so I've just been crocheting it, and then I've been like, oh, I've kind of finished this, like, you know, part of it, or this piece of it where I would have usually given an update. But I mean, I'm not mad at it. I'm just, usually I would have provided more of an update. But yeah, it's been quite nice to kind of like not put as much pressure on myself to film, and to kind of like stop my rhythm and stop my flow so I can go and film. So here is the update. I can't go back in time, but the sleeve is finished. I've added the little kind of ties that I wanted on the edge of the sleeve. I did do the chains for the ties. There's my hair in there. I did do the chains for the ties quite tight, so they are curling ever so slightly, and obviously with all the ends it looks a bit crazy, but it looks really, really good. Like when your arm is through it, it looks so fun, like with the little ties, obviously excusing the ends and the curly ties. And then I've done like a little scalloped border. I think that looks really fun. And I've finished the second sleeve. I have done my scalloped border, and all I need to do now is do my little kind of finishing row, add my ties, and then add the front ties. That's basically all there is left, which is crazy because I feel like I've worked through this, or I've made this so fast. Like, I don't think I've ever finished a project this quickly, and considering I'm using a fine yarn, and considering this stitch consists of like single crochets, which is obviously a very short stitch, I don't know how this works. I don't know how it's happened, but it's happened, and I'm not mad at it, to be honest, because I feel like this piece is like perfect for the weather that we currently have, where it's a little bit warm. It's like kind of t-shirt weather. It's like light layer weather sort of thing. So I feel like I'm going to be able to get a really good amount of wear out of it for like the upcoming weather, and obviously I am blocking it. So my aim is to finish off the sleeve and the sleeve ties, do the front ties by the end of today, have it blocked, or you know, block it, and then in the next couple of days it will dry. So that's the plan, that's the POA, and I love it. I think it's so fun. I feel like the stitch pattern is really, really good, and with these colours, they just look so good. I feel like close up, yeah, it just looks so fun. I'm really, really pleased. That's the update. I did it! I finished it. Look how cute it looks. So all I did was finish up the ties on my second sleeve, and then added the ties on the front. And oh my gosh, I love this. Look how fun the sleeves look, like the ties down the side. Obviously it's looking a bit crazy because I've got a bunch of ends to weave in as well, but I love this. This looks so cool, and the fit of it is actually exactly what I wanted. Obviously I am going to block it, so it will kind of just relax up everything a little bit, but I love when a tie front cardigan is kind of like pulled tightly, because I wanted like a really nice kind of fitted fit basically. But this is adorable. I really love this. I feel like it fits me really nicely. It's the perfect crop length. It will probably just relax a little bit just to kind of hit my waistband sort of thing when I block it. And then the sleeves I obviously need to just adjust by maybe like 2 inches, two and a bit inches in terms of length. But I love it. I think it's so fun. Here's a look at the back. Oh my gosh, I am so pleased. This is so fun. I really love it. So here is the before of what it looks like before blocking it. Oh my god, I think this is so good. Yay! Yay! Okay, so this is the before. Take it in, and then now I'm gonna go block it, and it will be a few days till I have an update. But yeah, it's turned out really good. I finished it. I absolutely love how this has turned out. It looks so good. I really love the ties down the side. I feel like it just adds like a little fun touch of like whimsy. And then you have the front ties, and I basically achieved the exact fit that I wanted, where I wanted it to be kind of tight and like a little bit snug, and then so when I pull the ties it kind of pulls and stretches. But that's exactly what I wanted. It's the perfect cropped length. My sleeves blocked out really nicely. They're a really good length as well, and I just feel like this is like the perfect spring summer kind of cardigan. Here's a little close-up of the stitch pattern and how it looks, and then we have our cute little scalloped border on the bottom of the sleeves and on the bottom of the cardigan as well. It looks so good. I'm really pleased, and considering I was using a fine yarn as well, this worked up really nice and quickly. I feel like the stitch pattern is really nice and repetitive, so you end up finding like a really good rhythm with it, and it's quite easy to kind of like bang it out quite fast. The side ties look so fun, and if you do want to crochet your own, I will have a pattern linked in the description. One of the best things about this cardigan is that obviously you change colour on nearly every row, but the way that I show you how to do the stitch pattern means that you're not going to cut off your yarn after each row, meaning that you won't have like a million ends to weave in. And I've included a video guide to basically show you how to do the stitch pattern and show you how to do the colour changes and anything else that you might need a little bit of visual help with. So if you're not like the best at reading written patterns, but maybe sometimes you understand what's being written and what the instructions are, but you just maybe need a little bit of extra help with like a visual aid, I feel like the visual guide is going to be a really good option for you. But yeah, this is the all tied up cardigan. I absolutely love how it's turned out, and if you want to crochet your own, I will link the pattern in the description. Let me know what you think of the cardigan. But yeah, I absolutely love it, and thanks so much for hanging out with me while I crocheted this cardigan. If you enjoyed this video, remember to give it a little like and leave me a comment and let me know what you think, and of course subscribe to my channel. I have a bunch of really fun cozy crochet day vlogs. I have some other project and process videos. I do a monthly fibre arts favourites. So if you enjoy all things crochet related, then feel free to give my channel a little subscribe. I would also love to connect with you guys, so if you're not following me already on TikTok and on Instagram, my ats are in the description, but my at is at NotHalfBadCrochet. But yeah, thanks so much for hanging out with me while I crocheted the all tied up cardigan, and I'll hopefully see you in the next video.